We should get to training. Kaito and Maki must be waiting for us, Shuichi said, randomly sitting up. I groaned but nodded. I didn't want to have... No! I messed up again. I'm internally slapping myself, but it's fine. We need to get 100 recordings done, okay? Gonna do it. Ow, that's my eye. Okay. We should get to training. Kaito and Maki must be waiting for us, Shuichi said, randomly sitting up. I groaned, but nodded. I didn't want to leave the time me and Shuichi have alone, but the meeting must be important. Maybe we can figure out what the whispering is about. Sorry, my throat's been being weird today, so that's fun. Okay, I said I said as we walked over to Kaito's room. Right when we knocked once, the door opened, making Shuichi jump. Hey, Sidekick, come in. Maki's already here, Kaito exclaimed, opening the door for the two of us. I was suspicious of this, but didn't say anything. So, for the meeting, what do we need to discuss? Shuichi asked as the door closed while we made our way over to the floor by Maki. Kaito sat next to Maki while me and Shuichi stayed together as we always do. Kokichi and I heard some whispering about the notebook Kokichi was writing in a while back. And I think they may be trying to frame him for something, or at least turn the others against him, Maki said, closing her eyes for a moment. Yeah, I think that's a valid point, I said, feeling Shuichi grab my hand. He looked at me with a confused look. I felt guilty for not telling him about this before, but it was best not to bring it up in the moment. So if they are plotting against him, what are they trying to gain? Kaito asked, keeping his voice quieter than he usually does. I think they are trying to frame him as the mastermind, which could point to the mastermind being one of the people in the group, or maybe even the one who's running it, Maki whispered, putting her hand up, indicating she wasn't done talking yet. I was talking to Gonta, and he told me Samugi is the one who made the group, but I didn't get any answers out of him before another group member came up and made him shut up. So, Gonta is in the group, and Samugi could be the mastermind? I asked, feeling my stomach twist. What the hell is this? We should leave it at that for today. Let me know if you find anything else. Kaito stood up and went to the door to open it for us. I was a bit confused by how he was acting, but didn't put more thought to it. Okay, we don't have anything at the moment. Thanks for telling us, Maki, Shuichi whispered before grabbing my hand and pulling me out of the room. Hey, what are you guys doing out after curfew? Angie, Himiko, and Tenko stopped us on our way to Shuichi's dorm room. I don't see why that's your business, I said, keeping my tone cold. Shuichi didn't say anything. He just looked confused. Well, we are here to make sure that no one is going out during the night hours. What? Why would they need to do that? It isn't in the rules that we can't be out after hours. There are only certain places off limits. Why? It's not against the rules to be out after nighttime begins, Shuichi said quietly, sounding as confused as he looked. Seeing as the last killer worked at night, we need to make sure it is safe for everyone. And if you stay in your dorms, then another nighttime murder can't take place. Angie clapped her hands together. This is really creeping me out. I mean, Kyle concerns me, but this is different. Okay, but why do you feel the need to enforce this? Shuichi asked, wrapping his hand around my waist. Because Atua is telling Angie that she needs to do this with the other followers. She folded her arms and closed her eyes as if she was saying a prayer. Oh god, not this shit again. Then me and Kokichi will be going to our dorm now, Shuichi said, quickly pulling me towards our dorm. I could tell he was confused, but didn't want to get more involved than we already were. Right. When we got to his dorm, Maki walked out of Kaito's room, and the group went over to talk to her. I'm sure she can handle herself. So this is new information, I whispered before Shuichi pulled me back into his dorm. My mind was running with questions from the first trial. Why did she go to the bathroom then? I mean, it's a normal thing to do, but given the time... Tsumugi could be the mastermind? Shuichi asked. I could tell by his voice he's really shaken up because of this. Sure, we have been theorizing about a mastermind, but didn't put much thought on how it would have been having one of our classmates as the mastermind. Yeah, you seem a little on edge, my love. I paused and gave him a kiss before pulling back. We should get back to bed, Shushu, and at least try to get some sleep. We can always discuss this tomorrow, I teased, poking his nose. He jumped a bit at the action, but I'm sure it was just because of how random it was, and also because he is just so naturally jumpy. Sometimes, anyway. Alright, you need to get changed first. I left at how tired he already sounded. I felt super awake, so it's definitely going to take me a while to get to sleep, but that isn't new for me. Sure, my love. I winked at him before moving to change. I'm not sure if he saw me wink at him or if it was just because he was flustered that made him go silent. I shrugged it off and grabbed the clothes that I left in the corner of the room to change in. I looked back over at Shuichi before I ran a hand through my hair. I really need to take a shower. I sighed to myself and turned and looked at Shuichi. Hey, Shuichan, do you mind if I take a shower? I asked, walking over to the bathroom door, my change of clothes in hand. He jumped at the mention of a shower before a blush came across his cheeks. What went through his mind just now? Yeah, that's alright, Kokichi, although I may be asleep when you come back in here. I smiled and gave a little wave when I opened the door. I'll make sure to cuddle you when I come out, because I know you love it. I teased before I closed the bathroom door. The bathroom was built identical to my own, except he had different soap in the shower, but other than that, there was absolutely no difference. I quickly got out of my school uniform and hopped into the shower. I turned the water right to the middle because, as I like to take warm showers, it sucks to get out and just be freezing. So at the end of my shower, I turn the water cold and let it run over me as I adjust to it. Then I get out a few moments later and dry off. The water was a bit cold, but I wasn't focused on the water too much because my mind was wandering to the motive Monokuma mentioned. What was it even going to be? Seeing as the last two moments were a time limit and manipulation, maybe this one is going to be similar? I chewed on my thumbs. What if it's another time limit, except it's a little more inhuman? Not that any of the motives are what I would consider not inhuman, but that's not the point. I don't want Shuichi to end up getting hurt, but what if the motive turns out to be something dangerous to him, like a time limit if we don't kill someone and after a certain time then we lose a limb or get tortured or something? If that happens, I need a backup plan. I don't want anyone else to get killed, but I don't want Shuichi to get hurt if we run out of time. Think, Kokichi, think. I would do anything for Shuichi, even die for him. Die for him. If it comes to the worst, I will risk or give my life to the killing game to keep Shuichi safe. I'm sure he would be able to hold his own if I'm not here, but this is a worst-case scenario. I shook my head, knowing I was diving way too deep into my thoughts, again. I grabbed more shampoo. I grabbed some shampoo and put some in my hair. While I was rubbing it into my hair, making sure to get my scalp clean, as well as I got distracted again. The other walls of the shower were soon covered in blood, and I was back in the tub full of bloody water all over again. I shook my head and got out of the memory, and I felt my hands start to shake. If it comes to that, I'm willing to kill myself to keep him safe. After rinsing my hair and coughing a few times because of water going into my eyes and my mouth as well as forgetting to breathe, I put some conditioner into my hair, made sure to let it sit for a while I shaved my legs. I had to be careful because my skin bruises and cuts easily. I hate myself for this reason, but there isn't much I can do about it. The shampoo and conditioner smelled exactly like Shuichi. It was nice to be able to smell like him, because his scent is calm and safe. I make sure to check my legs for any cuts before rinsing my hair out. I quickly wash my body before turning the water cold. I've been doing this routine for a while now, so it didn't faze me as much as it did when I started. It was super calming, actually. I stepped out of the shower and looked into the mirror. I absolutely hate all the scars littering my arms and basically every part of my body. I don't know what Shuichi even sees in me. What do I have to offer? I'm just terrible. I sighed and quickly dried my hair without giving it another thought. I counted in my head to make sure my thoughts wouldn't stray again as I got dressed. I hate how my brain is always going so fast. It makes me feel so dizzy and tired all the time. After one last look in the mirror and a quick finger comb to my hair, I left the bathroom. Shuichi, as he said before, was asleep in the covers. It was dark, but it was dark in the bathroom as well because I never turn the lights on when I shower. I don't know what it is, but the light makes me super uncomfortable. I made my way over to the bed and quickly slipped under the covers, immediately coming closer to him. His back was turned to me, but I didn't mind too much because this way I could give him neck kisses. Not that he would be awake enough to react anyway. Good night, Shuichi. I kissed the back of his neck as I wrapped my arms around him. He was asleep and just calmly snoring. It calmed me down as well as the intoxicating scent of safety and love Shuichi has. The scent of pine trees and vanilla. Ding dong, bing bong. I was just taking in Shuichi as he held me close to his chest as we were sleeping. He moved so he was facing me. He must have been holding me like this for a while. I felt a warm feeling come to my chest, causing me to smile. I love you, Shuichi. I didn't even notice the announcement until Shuichi woke up as well. He slowly sat up, making me groan. Why does he always have to move when he wakes up? Why can't he just hold me? I sighed, knowing this could wait. Good morning, Ultimates. Make sure you make your way to the dining hall for the announcement of the new motive. Poo-poo. Monokuma's screechy voice definitely woke Shuichi up completely. I laughed a bit, seeing him so distraught and loopy because of how he just woke up. The monitor soon shut off after that, making me sigh. Welp, best to get Shuichi up and awake so we can go and see what the demonic bear is giving us to try to get us to murder each other. What a fantastic day. Kokichi? Shuichi was still loopy as hell and was just pulling me into his arms so he could hug me. It was nice how cuddly he is when he is tired. He's always cuddly, but it's cute to see him exhausted. But he still wants to cuddle. Yes, my love. I cooed into his ear, smiling to myself. We should get going. He rubbed his eyes before he slowly got out of bed. I didn't say anything and changed into my uniform, while he did the same. He took longer than usual to change, and when he finished, he grabbed my hand and leaned against me. I was standing at the door, and I took this as an invitation to start making our way to the dining hall. He didn't say much as we walked down the halls, which made sense in a way because he is so tired. I haven't seen him this tired for this long after we wake up. Maybe it's because my emo boyfriend hasn't had his coffee today. Cute. Finally, everyone is here, Monokuma shouted. God, this is it. Angie, Himiko, Gonta, Keyboy, Tenko, and Samuki were standing suspiciously close together. But I didn't say anything about it. Maybe this is what is related to last night? The necromation, the next motive. I heard some gasps and some people who didn't say anything and didn't really look like they cared at all. With this, you can revive one person. I tilted my head. How is that supposed to cause a murder?